Alrighty guys, Bean here, and I want to go ahead and I want to talk about the recent announcements that Marvel Tokon has had, where we've gotten how many characters are going to be in the roster. We got an actual trailer with 3 new characters and the release date. So I want to go ahead and I want to talk about that. I have some footage that I stockpiled from the last beta here on screen, and also sorry if I sound mucusy and if you hear me sniffle and stuff like that. I have a little bit of a chest cold right now, so it's, yeah. I just sound really sick, and this might be the only video you guys get this week because I just honestly don't feel good, but we will see what happens. But anyways, let's go ahead and just get right into it, because there's not really too much to discuss besides just like really just giving my opinions on a few things. So one, we'll just go ahead and talk about this. The release date's August 6th, which is pretty cool. The game's $60, which I thought was kind of insane, which is weird to be saying out loud that $60 is insane to like hear about, but like, you know, most games are 70 now, so kind of crazy that this game is 60, is launching at 60, but you know, we take that. I'll probably be buying the deluxe edition just so I can get you know, a season pass and everything. The season pass, they also did have this little roadmap. If I can find the picture of it, I'll put it on screen here. But we do have, it does look like we're getting 4 DLC characters and a stage through the first season. Now, I'm gonna be honest with you, I think that's a little lackluster. I'm not gonna lie. 4 characters for a game that they are promoting as a 4v4 tag fighter, even though it's really not a tag fighter. 4 characters just for DLC already, combining with the small roster that we're going to get, I don't think is very good. We'll get into the roster. That'll be the last thing we talk about. But I don't think 4 characters for DLC is very good. We got, I believe, 8 for the first Dragon Ball Fighter season, and then how many did we get for Guilty Gear Strive's first season? Yeah, and then it looks like for Guilty Gear Strive, we got 5 characters along with 2 stages. So we're getting 1 less character than that and 1 less stage. Now, I don't know. I think that's a little ridiculous, especially with how much time they've supposedly been working on this game, and the fact that Marvel just has such a big list of characters. Yeah. Also, the deluxe edition gets you 5 costumes. It gives you Insomniac Spider-Man's Advanced 2.0 suit, so the suit that he wears in the beginning of Spider-Man 2, Storm's 90s look, classic suits for both Iron Man and Thor, and then I believe Emperor Doom is the other skin. For me, I like all the skins, except for Emperor Doom. I don't really care for super flashy skins, to be honest. I don't really care for Storms that much either, but I don't, you know, I don't know. It's kind of cool. It's just, it's not my favorite. Like, I do like the punk rock aesthetic, but I don't know. It's not my favorite. Yeah, so we got the release date. I think it's releasing, honestly, in a very strange time. I think with the small roster and this small DLC, I honestly think the game should be pushed back. I think releasing in August is kind of weird because that's going to be after EVO. We already probably knew that it was going to come out around then because it's not in EVO, but I figured it'd probably come in like June or July, and it just didn't want to make EVO because it'd just be too new, maybe. But August, yeah, at least it's not coming out the same time as GTA, because then it would literally have like GTA is obviously going to just destroy that game, unfortunately. So, and it doesn't already help that it's a fighting game, which is already a pretty niche genre as it is. Yeah, like, but I don't think it's like a terrible release date. I just kind of think that maybe they should just let this game cook a little bit more. Now I don't know if it's Bandai that's making them, you know, I don't know what's going on recently with fighting games, and anime games and stuff like that in general, where they're just coming out half-baked. Like Sparking Zero, you know, we just got Mission 100 and all this shit, and it's like that shit should have probably just been in the game. So I don't know if it's Bandai Namco that's making them have these like extreme deadlines, if it's the, you know, the actual game developers, like, you know, what for Sparking Zero, it's like Spike Chunsoft or whatever. So I don't know if it's like the person that leads that is like, this game has to be out by this date. So same thing over at Arc Sys, you know, I don't know what it does. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. Now, the big thing that I think a lot of people have been up in arms about, rightfully so, because I just do think this is egregious. The game is launching with 20 characters, 20 base characters. That is insanely low. Guilty Gear Strive had 15, but Guilty Gear Strive is a 1v1 game. So that's 15 unique you only get to play as one character. So that's 15 characters unique. I still think even then that was extremely low. I think even for a 1v1 game, you want to have around 18 to 20. And then for a tag fighter, I think you want to have 26 to 30. Now, a lot of people debate if this game is actually a tag fighter, yada, 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 blase, blase. But the game markets itself as a tag fighter. They call it a 4v4 tag team fighting game, okay? So whether you want to say it's actually a tag fighter or not, I don't think it actually is, because there is no incentive on tagging. I did see that in the trailer, it does seem like they sped up, like the actual tagging into another character and going to play. The thing that basically you can, it's kind of like in Naruto Storm 4, where you can you start in a combo and then you can change it to a character and it does a chakra dash into the character or whatever. I don't know. I don't remember what it's called, but that's what it looks like. So it does look like they sped up that, and I did see that they changed the assist system, which is nice, because I think the assist system is honestly very convoluted. I like the part of actually being able to you unlock more assist as you go. I think that's cool. As the match, goes on, I think that part's cool. But having oh, you have an air assist, but then you also just you have to do this input for the air assist, this for the down. I think that's stupid. I think you should just have. I think there's more than enough buttons probably to be able to map them. I don't know. I'm not a game developer. They need to figure it out. I don't need to figure it out. I just do not I just think how they already have it is extremely convoluted, and it needs to be simpler, especially since the game is already seeming to be a simpler game, which is another problem with the 20 character roster. This game, now again, we only had the 2 betas and they've been closed, and there's no training mode, so you can't really go in there and check out, combo routes and stuff like that. And to be fair, when Dragon Ball FighterZ came out, the game was very simple as well. People didn't really know what to do. As the game went on, obviously, we found out there was a higher ceiling. But I'm going to be honest, while I was playing this game, I was doing the most basic auto combos. And of course, I play fighters, so I played many other fighting games, so I do have knowledge of fighting games. And I was able to beat most of my opponents, of course, and shit. But it didn't feel like I really needed to do any combos. I felt like the damage I was getting was a lot. I felt like I built a lot of meters, so doing supers really quick was easy and stuff. I didn't feel like I was incentivized to really do anything beyond extending the combo off my ground assist just for a couple extra damage points and setting something up. But I will say, with the character that they showed, Danger and Magix, it does seem like those are more technical characters. Danger being a zoner, and I don't like zoners, so I will probably never play her. But it does seem like they might have some more technical aspects. And again, the game hasn't been fully out. We don't even have a training mode, so that is just my opinion right now. It doesn't seem like the characters are too very deep, but I'm sure that is something that will change. I just want that to be said right now, because that is the problem with just 20 characters. You're having 4 characters on your team at a time. That's, and only being able to pick from 20. I'm not going to do the math, but there's only a finite number of team compositions, and it also just comes into a little bit of an issue of the DLC, because Doomsday's coming up, so obviously they're going to want to add the Fantastic Four. Are the Fantastic Four going to just be the first pack of DLC, the first whole season? Or is it just going to be Reed Richards and he's 4 characters? And that's the issue here too, is that this is Marvel, so someone's going to get pissed off at the fact that they just have to play as Reed Richards because they really like the Human Torch, but the only way to play the Human Torch is to use him as an assist with Reed Richards, as in think Reed Richards is the Ginyu Force from Fighters. And you call one round it's the Thing, then the next it's Invisible Woman Sue, and then it's Johnny Storm, so think of it like that. And that can, that's annoying. And that's the other thing, is they show off 3 characters in this trailer, which was sick. We've already seen 11 of the 20, by the way. We only have 9 more characters they can show off, so that's, hopefully they start pumping out these character trailers too, just because this game, it comes out in what, 6-ish months, so a little bit under 6 months. So they need to start marketing this game too if they really want it to appeal to this casual audience. that fighting games so desperately want to appeal to right now that I just don't think is working for them at all. But that's a video for a whole nother topic. I mean, that's a different story. But anyways, Wolverine and Magix. Wolverine, I've pretty much like figured he was going to be in the game. You're probably not making a Marvel game without Wolverine in there somehow. Like a fighting game is what I mean, of course. Especially now that all the like Fox, rights, battles and shit like that is over with, blah, 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 whatever. And then Magix, I understand she's popular in Marvel Rivals. Sure, I guess she deserves a spot. I feel like she would be better as a DLC character. I don't think she should be base roster. I'm gonna be honest with you. But she's not the most egregious one. The most egregious one is Danger. It's the Danger Room from X-Men, which conceptually is cool. I think that's a very sick idea. It's a great way to think outside the box. I think their Team Super looks cool. But the problem is we have only 20 characters in this base roster. Danger took up a spot for what could be your favorite character. My favorite character is already in the game. Spider-Man's my favorite superhero. That motherfucker's already in there. So I don't have to worry. But motherfuckers that like, now, like, I'm just going to say this because he'll probably be in the game. Let's just say he's not. Motherfuckers like the Hulk. Like, if the Hulk's not in the game, Danger and Magix took up his spot in whatever other characters they announce. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that it can be very off-putting, especially to, again, they want to appeal to this casual audience. So, especially since it is a Marvel game, so like, that's Hulk could be someone's favorite superhero ever, and they're not going to buy the game because, Hulk is not there. I mean, they may eventually buy it when it's $20 in the fucking Walmart bargain bin, but not at launch, and they may just never buy it because if Hulk just comes out as DLC. And see, that's the problem that we get when we get to this point with these small rosters, is that someone's favorite character is going to get snubbed, whether it be, someone's favorite character might be fucking, I'm trying to think of like some super obscure fucking, like Marvel villain or hero, but I can't think of one off the top of my head, but, some super obscure fucking, character and it not get in the game, and then they're pissed about that. But then it could also be someone like a character that's like super fucking popular, like Daredevil could not make it into the game. The Punisher, I'm using them because they obviously, Punisher is going to be in the new Spider-Man movie, and Daredevil's about to have a new season of his show. Characters like that could just not be in the game, and that's gonna really hurt I feel the game. I thought, honestly, I wasn't expecting like an MV C2 roster. I wasn't expecting like something gigantic, but I definitely thought at least 28 characters, so I don't know if the characters are so low because of these team supers they want to do, and they want to incentivize you playing as, the X-Men and then like the Avengers and blah, 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 or what. But I will go out and say that right now, when the game comes out, everyone's going to like love it for a month. And then once the month passes, people are really going to start bitching about the super small roster. And also, we don't know how much like the DLC is going to be pushed out. I mean, I remember waiting for Fighters DLC for months and months and months and months before we got a new character, so maybe their rollout will be better with that. I would certainly hope so, but we'll see. That was one thing I saw a lot of people saying when they would try to defend the small roster. It's like, oh, the game's going to get DLC. We know the game's getting one season. The game could do horribly and people could hate it, and it might not get another season. Look at 2XKO right now. That game is not doing very well. They just had to lay off a bunch of people from the team. Who is to say that game gets another season or any more characters after the ones that they're about to drop? I know they just did like a new trailer. If this fails, the new characters they're about to introduce, and it fails and doesn't bring anyone else in, who knows if that game's going to get. So the same thing can happen to this game. While yes, 2XKO is a free-to-play game, and this one you actually do have to pay for, so there is that, but like it could happen. Will it? Probably not. It's Marvel and it's Arxis. Those are two big juggernauts, Marvel being a huge juggernaut IP, and then Arxis being just this huge fighting game IP that everyone kind of loves anyways. So I doubt the game will fail financially, but it can happen. It's not completely impossible. So, that is just something to think about too. And I'm not trying to discourage anyone from buying the game. If you think the game looks cool, if you're excited for the game, if you don't really care that the roster's small, your character's already in there, so, you have no fucking qualms with this or whatever, you know, all more power to you. This is just my opinion. This is not me saying if you buy this game, you're a moron or you're stupid or you wasted your money. You know, I think you buy whatever you want. It's their money. You spend it how you want. You made it. I'm going to be buying the game, of course. I'm excited for the game, but I want the game to be good. I want this game to replace Dragon Ball Fighters for me, you know, or play it at the same time. I want a new fighting game that I want to play for hours, you know, that's all I want to play. And, you know, especially because when this game's coming out, as of right now, I'm not going to really have much to play at that time anyways, until Wolverine comes out like later, a couple months after that. So like, I'm really hoping that this game is good. But, yeah, I just think that roster is abysmal. I don't agree. I don't agree with 20 characters. No one is ever going to sell me on that just because of right now, all the characters we know about, that we've gotten at least our hands on have not been super in depth. And then we obviously haven't even tried out Wolverine, Magix or Danger. I would assume they'll do another beta test. When? Who fucking knows? And will it be open or will it be closed like the other two have been? Who knows? I would hope they would do one soon. I would hope we would get one maybe like a month or two before Summer Games Fest. Like, I feel like April would be a great time to drop a beta. And then Summer Games Fest comes around. They show off a couple more characters. We get another beta, maybe letting us play with those characters. And then, you know, then the game comes out. So, you know, I don't know. Leave your thoughts in the comments below and let me know what you guys are thinking about it. I really want this game to succeed. You never want to see a game not succeed anyways, especially a fighting game. But it's just, the roster has me worrying quite a lot. And like, I don't know, man. It really does scare me, because like, I feel like your first season pass too should have like a shit ton of characters in it. Like, I felt like Fighters had 8. And then, of course, as time went on, it got smaller and smaller. But, and you know, that is to say, on the last Fighters DLC pack, we were only getting 4 characters, and then the screen broke or whatever, and then gave us Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. So, of course, we could not get just 4. We could get 5. We could get 6. You know, who knows? They could give us more, and this just be showing us what we're getting. You know, who knows? But, and to give, you know, some credit to the game, I do like that I've already changed what it seemed like how the assist works somewhat. I do like that. I do like that they are already seeming to, you know, change stuff based on feedback. So maybe they will eventually actually make the game a tag fighter. I love tag fighters. So I would like if all my characters had a health bar. I would like to learn 4 characters at a time. I think that would be awesome. But I don't know how easy that would be, even a change to implement or whatever, you know, this late in the game's, you know, development cycle or whatever. But yeah, I mean, I am excited for the game. I'm just worried that the same thing that happened with like Sparking Zero and happens with a lot of games is like, after a month or two, people, you know, just start dogging on it. It's like, well, actually, I didn't like this, and I don't like that, I don't like this. And then people are so quick to just hop and go to the next thing. There's so much shit releasing, especially last year. You know, last year we had such a great year for gaming. Like, people are just quick to go and jump onto the next thing. And you can, you know, lose your audience real quick and then never recover. So yeah, just let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Let me know how your take on it and what you guys think. And yep, I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.